So Evan, we talk about the most we talk about the most, improving teams this season, and you can't talk about improving teams without talking about the Vanderbilt Tigers. They came into the like I mentioned in the last topic, they came into the season as basically the livestock. Now they're 4-0, so and they're ranked number 18. So where does the season go from here? And Evan, I'll throw it to you first.
So the question you wanted to pose, though, and I'm going to talk about where the season goes, and the question we're talking about is it time to start taking Vanderbilt seriously? My answer, and maybe I'm going to upset some people here, we'll see, is no. Because I think they put some people on notice. So I'm gonna give credit to that first. But my answer would be no. I'm not taking them seriously yet. And to give credit, Diego Pavia is having an amazing season. I think his quarterback rating is like 180 or something like that right now, which for college football is amazing. 4 games in, he's playing great. They're putting up 70 points on Georgia State. Okay, it's a group of 5 team, but still a solid team. You go ahead and beat Virginia Tech by 24 at their own house. You beat South Carolina, who's a ranked team, actually ranked in the top 10, I believe, at the time. At 24 at their own house. And you may say, okay, South Carolina, Virginia Tech, whatever, right? But Vanderbilt is, they're known for being the punching bag. They haven't been the last couple seasons; they've been getting better, but still, these Vanderbilt is not supposed to be hanging 70 on teams. They're supposed to be, I don't know, becoming doctors or whatever at that school. So, or playing baseball. They do play very good baseball there. But so it's been on the upswing, and I would say no, just because I think the South Carolina is the only really good win they have so far. And but they have like an absolute gauntlet of a schedule coming up. They have to play at Alabama, then they get LSU at home. They have to eventually travel to Tennessee later in the season. I think they play Auburn at home. They like the only non-tough games I saw on the rest of their schedule. They have to play at home against Utah State this weekend. That should be a win. And then I think their second to last game is at Kentucky. That probably should be a win too. But the rest of their schedule is just brutal. If you're looking at it. So they're gonna get their shot. I'm not sitting here and saying one way or the other. I could if Vanderbilt went 11-1 and made the playoff, I'm honestly saying I wouldn't be surprised. But based on their 4 games so far, no, they haven't proved that they're serious yet. But they're going to get their chance for sure.
So for me, I would agree with Evan. I'm going to say no because you look at the 4 wins Vanderbilt has at this point. Um, I believe they beat Charleston Southern week 1, FCS school. Okay, throw that one out the window. With all due respect to Charleston Southern, and then you go beat Virginia Tech at their house. Impressive coming from behind win, but Virginia Tech's really bad. Um, I'll give them credit. South Carolina win. Okay, that's a big win. Like in Columbia, South Carolina was ranked 11 at the time. Um, However, Lenora Sellers was was out the whole second half. So I don't know how impressive that was. I'll give Vanderbilt credit. Great win, all that. And then you go hang 70 points on Georgia Tech or Georgia State. Sorry. It so, but with all due respect to Georgia State, I mean it's Georgia State. And then Utah State should be 5-0 this weekend. Vanderbilt should. And then, like Evan mentioned, you have Alabama, LSU, Tennessee. You play Auburn later in the year. You play Texas as well. I don't remember if they play Florida or not. So the later part of the schedule will be a gauntlet for Vanderbilt. If they do well in that, I mean, yeah, we could take them seriously. But for right now, I want to say no.
Y'all both bring up very good points. However, I gotta disagree with both of you. You can't be back-to-back teams who Virginia Tech, yes, they're solid. They're a solid ACC team. Vanderbilt's supposed to lose to
I
Virginia Tech.
gotta interject on that point just really quick. Virginia Tech is not a solid Power Four team. They got blown out by their Group of Five in-state rival Old Dominion by like what was it, 20 points or something like that. So I do disagree on that, but I'm gonna let you continue with your argument. What?
Well, the
Yes,
mini
but
knows Virginia Tech
Vanderbilt is
knows.
not a team like Vanderbilt is not supposed to beat the Hokies by that much. A team like Vanderbilt is not supposed to beat South Carolina by that much. The 11th ranked South Carolina Gamecock. I don't care if Lenore Sellers was out of that game the whole second half. One player does not make a whole team. The whole team plays well. Then you go and hang up 70. Yes, Georgia State, no disrespect to Georgia State, but you hang up 70. You can't do that without needing to receive some national attention. And that is why they are ranked where they are. Yes, you bring up the second half. You bring up the second half of Vanderbilt's schedule after the Utah State game. Yes, it's a gauntlet. We'll see how they play in that game, but they deserve some national recognition, at least for right now.
But what I will say to that is, and I think they deserve national recognition. But when you say, should we take them seriously? I believe Vanderbilt can score points. I believe Diego Pavia and that offense can get it to the end zone. Going to Alabama, I think it'll be a good game. Are you confident that they're going to be able to? Ty Simpson is looking, he's starting to get it going for Alabama a little bit, I think. I think when you face
Good.
LSU, you've got Grant Nussmeier who's getting it going. He'll score some points. Even Arch Manning, I know who people have made fun of, he's going to score some points. Can Vanderbilt match them pound for pound? I think that still remains to be seen, although they are playing very good.
Do we
And the Tennessee
remember what happened
offense.
last year in Tuscaloosa?
What happened? Are you talking about the Vanderbilt and Alabama game?
It was in
Yes,
Nashville,
I
but
am.
Yes, Jordan is correct about that. That was in Nashville. But yes,
Well, last year's game.
that was a very good game. Yes, but you look at that schedule.
that was
Can they do it consistently?
which is actually interesting because we mentioned that Alabama plays Vanderbilt in not this Saturday, but October 4th, which is interesting because last season was the same exact scenario. You had Alabama playing Georgia the game before, and again, it's the same thing this year. Alabama plays Vanderbilt the week after playing who? Georgia. So I just find that fascinating. So can Vanderbilt do it again?
Hey, all I'm
We'll see.
saying
They'll get their
is,
chance. Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
all I'm saying, give Vanderbilt credit. Going back to back, beating the Hokies and South Carolina by that much, then hanging up 70, give Vanderbilt credit. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't think that anyone's discrediting them. I mean, they're ranked 18th in the country. I think that's where the respect comes in. But you've also got to look at who they've beaten. Like I mentioned, Charleston Southern, Virginia Tech's not very good. I mean, yes, like South Carolina, okay. But Lenore was out for the whole second half. Jake said that that one player doesn't make the whole team, which I agree with. But when you take out a Heisman maybe favorite, that makes your job a whole lot easier. And then you face Georgia State, which again, all due respect to Georgia State, but it's Georgia State. So I
Yes,
mean, yes,
Lenore
they're
Sellers
4-0.
might win the Heisman Trophy. However, though, you said one player does not make a team. You take out Lenore Sellers. You still need playmakers on. You still need playmakers on the offensive side to be ranked number 11 in the country. Nick Harbaugh. You need playmakers on the defensive side. So it's just
Again, I don't think that Vanderbilt's getting disrespected, but like they have a recognition. They're ranked 18th nationally. So